From the beginning, when I came to NSTAR Technology, I think I know what I wanted. My idea was, I just want to be a project manager, and every time we're in the class, I'm trying to project my understanding of what being a project manager is. But I think that's also just how gracious Stella is, her ability to actually teach people. Um, my experience literally was humbling. At some point I realized that if I want to get the best out of this, I need to actually learn from the coach, and in this instance, it was Stella. So over time, given, it's a lot of information overload, which is actually good. You're given every material to be able to study. But what I enjoy the most is the ability to be vulnerable in these classes, right? There were times when I don't really know what I'm talking about, but Stella would listen and people in the class would listen and then be corrected, and over time I would learn, okay, well, being a project manager has nothing to do with being a Scrum Master. There may be a little bit of relations, but it is nothing compared to, it's a different framework, it's a different mindset. I think it's more of a mindset, forget about framework, you worked with teams with a different kind of mindset, principles and values that guide how you work with people. So I think the more she made me understand that, the journey just became easier. I started navigating life in that mindset. And, I think it's her way of teaching that actually helped me with that. Yeah, NSTAR Technology, I think it literally laid down a foundation for me. I know I'm in the Bay Area. I'm never going to escape. Even the healthcare system in the Bay Area are trying to become more agile. So whether you want to be a project manager, whether you want to be a Scrum Master, an agile coach, you're never not going to be in an environment that's pushing towards that. NSTAR Technology gave me the resources to be able to read and understand, the opportunity to be able to practice or apply these knowledge on a project, and also give me, community of practice, people I can go to, ask questions. When I was going through all of my job interview, I had people that I attended the class with, we conduct mock-up interviews with, I had people that I could reach out and that have gotten a job before me, and I could ask them questions. Hey, how did you do this? If you're implementing Scrum and you're working with a new team, what do you do? So I think NSTAR just gave me everything I needed. I didn't necessarily know people that were in this field, in the agile space. And now I know people that are in the agile space that I can reach out to.
Fabulous. All right, tell us about where are you currently employed at?
So right now I'm at Sutter Health. And how did I get here? The thing we're looking for a job is, I got the Scrum Master certification. I also got a project manager certification. I applied for this project manager role, level 3. I left Emory as a service specialist, to be fair. And when I applied for this role, from my perspective, I've actually not applied for level 3 because it's a senior role, and most senior role, they require people with lots of years of experiences. But the good thing is they were looking for someone that have a project manager background, but also have an agile methodology background, because the goal for my team, I work at Sutter Health as a senior project manager with our software development team and our data analytic team. And our team, we are trying to adopt agile methodology, especially Scrum and Kanban, in how we deliver a lot of our projects. So they also needed someone with an agile methodology knowledge and experience. And, that's what set me apart. I'm not going to lie to you, before I got here, I did at least have, 30 interviews. A lot of my interviews, I would get to the third round, fourth round. I can't tell. Sometimes, with a job, the best thing you can always do for yourself is being able to put yourself in a position to actually get the job. You're going to show that you're knowledgeable, you're relatable, you fit into what they're actually looking for. I never for one time feel like I didn't have that. If anything, the struggle was that I put in all these work, I get to the last phase and I don't get it. But never for one time felt like, oh my God, I didn't have what they're looking for. Because honestly, sometimes I go to this interview and I'm wondering, my God, how do I know all these things? But one thing I also will tell you is along this journey, why Stella is smiling is she was there for me. When I have questions before interview that I need to rectify, or I need to bounce off ideas on her to see, okay, this is what this is what I want to say, this is what I'm thinking, how do you feel? A lot of the other thing about being in agile spaces, most of their interview, I would say they are formulated in a way that you're not talking about knowledge, you're talking about how you apply these concepts, and even though I had limited application knowledge, but just being around Stella, I also believe I had so much, applicable examples that I could present in my interview. And, if I would tell you anything, if you're going to take anything away from me today, the opportunity that you have before you, just having Stella as your mentor, is the best opportunity you can have. Honestly, I can't tell you word for word everything Stella did for me. Even with this, my role at Soda. With my role at Soda, I only had one interview. I only had one interview with the director of my department at Soda, the clinical business analytics department, and the director of software development team. One interview with them, 45 minutes to an hour, and they offered me the job the next day. But, Stella was always there for me. When I would literally text her an hour before an interview, hey, I have this stuff I want to do. I'm always late. Honestly, I'm always late. And she was like, okay, I think this is good. Do this. I could bounce off ideas to her. Use that because, you have someone that actually wants the best for you. It goes beyond. For me, I left NSTAR Technology. I think my last class was in sometime in April, but Stella was with me until this December where I got this job. And I would tell you, yes, it may have been a long journey, but I couldn't be, man, I went from earning, I would say, man, my pay tripled like 3 times, It's like I went from earning nothing to like, okay, I have all these pay, all this bump in pay, I have all these benefits. I'm like, man, is this life? But, I was lucky enough to actually meet a coach that invested in me beyond what I invested in them. Honestly, the money I paid at NSTAR Technology is nothing compared to what I got out of it.